and I see the Order has dispatched their Inquisitor to the crime scene. You should ask him about the situation.
Hey there guys, and welcome back to Lightning Returns, which is the last installment of the Final Fantasy XIII series. In the last episode we came to Luxurion, which is the capital of the world. And we're doing some investigation to figure out what happened, because there was a murder as soon as we arrived.
The High Priestess hears all of God's words.
Alright, so shortly back behind you, you'll see a bunch of papers on the ground. Go ahead and examine them for a clue.
The Inquisitor will definitely be very interested in this information. The Order is in charge of the investigation. Talk to the Inquisitor to see what the current situation is.
Stand back, Inquisitors only.
Now let's head over to the Outfitters, and you can check your map in order to see exactly where that is.
Good heavens. This has become quite the predicament. Those messages say that the Shadow Hunter will kill the Savior. Sounds pretty, I don't know, prophetic, right? If you believe what you hear around town, it seems that the children of Etro have an Oracle Drive. That's a rare thing. They say Oracle Drives are mysterious devices that can let you see the very future. The Heretic's prophecy. I can't even imagine what it must show. But apparently it's enough to drive them to murder.
Okay, so you'll get more information.
Interested in this information. Why not talk to a few more people?
Now turn around behind you, and Hope is getting really annoying just blabbling on. Is it just me, or does everyone feel that way? But go ahead and turn around and talk to the innkeeper.
The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter. It's certainly an arresting statement. I'd heard of the Shadow Hunter once before, from a guest that was staying here at the hotel. The same guest told me he's the head of that band of fanatics. But I don't know who he really is, or was. At any rate, it's hardly surprising that people think those Etro fanatics are behind this recent string of murders. But is this man they call the Shadow Hunter the one pulling their strings?
That's vital information. Good work, Light. At this rate.
Alright, to the left of the inn, you'll find Holmes.
You work at the station, don't you? Your fellow attendants worried about you.
Oh no, is it time for my shift already? I completely lost track of time. Look, can I trust you? I saw who did it. You know, the people who threw the dummy off the clock tower? I got scared, so I've been laying low. I can't go to the station. That's where they'll look for me.
You were there? What did you see exactly? You have to tell me.
I don't have to do anything. But if you can protect me from those people and get me to the station, I'll tell you all about it. Get me to the station, and then I'll talk.
Alright, so Holmes needs you to escort him to the station. So you need to walk. You can't run, or else he'll turn around and run back to where he was hiding at. So just walk him over to the station.
The Order operates the regional transportation system. It's the city's lifeblood. The train's stopping at this station. Light, the Inquisitor has been dispatched by the Order. He might know more about what's going on. Try talking to him.
Then talk to Thornton.
Holmes, you're safe. I was so worried about you, I could barely concentrate on my duties.
Sorry, boss. I saw what happened over where they found the girl. I guess I just panicked. I don't know why I got so scared. I'm sorry I let you down. It won't happen again.
Never mind, I'm just glad to see you're safe. Guess I never told you. Well, years ago, one of my colleagues was killed by a monster. I was afraid the same thing had happened to you. I panicked and asked this lady for help.
I can't believe no one told me that when I took this job. But anyway, sorry for the trouble, boss. From now on, I swear to you, I'm never going to be late. I mean, what if your heart gave out or something with worry? Can't have that on my conscience.
A true friend that cares. Maybe that's enough to save a soul.
And with that, the quest will be complete. For the Savior's Reward for completing the second side quest, you'll get 300 gil, Rail Worker's Cap, and Rail Worker's Barret. Also, your maximum HP will increase by 30, and your strength will increase by 3.
Well, a deal's a deal. You got me here safe and sound, and so I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw. It was the children of XIII. They tossed the dummy off the tower. I really wanted to tell the Inquisitors what I saw. Honestly, I did. But I was afraid those heretics might find out and make me their next victim.
Alright, you'll also get some valuable information.
That's vital information.
For your
Good
safety
work,
and
Light.
security,
At this
the
rate, you'll solve the murder in no
Transportation
time.
Office has directed all trains to suspend operations. Thank you for your understanding.
Okay, so while here, go ahead and talk to the
No one,
other people in the
absolutely
area.
No one doubts that the people behind the killings are those heretics. The Order is conducting its inquisitions based on that assumption. The XIII fanatics who worship the goddess of death are all over the place. Just look for the sinister groups huddled together, dressed head to toe in white. It may mean nothing, but some people have witnessed the XIII heretics using the public phone near the graveyard. Furtive conversations in the streets. Prowling the city at night. It makes you wonder what they're up to.
Alright, you'll get more valuable information. Now there's one more person we need to talk to while we're here.
Fishy. Very, very fishy. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the strange man I saw, lurking in the shadows. In fact, I've seen him a few times, these last few days. He doesn't just lurk. I've seen him talk to the goddess believers who gather here. That's strange, right? When he realized I was staring at him, he melted into the shadows and disappeared. But with the Order's lockdown, he can't have gone very far. He can stay low, but he's got to come out of hiding. If we all keep our eyes peeled, we'll spot him eventually.
You'll get even more information. Alright, you can now use,
The Savior can use God's own holy power.
No trains are scheduled.
How can anyone control time?
Oh, damn. This is bad. Maybe I should turn myself in. Sure, I'll tell you what I did. Did you see the dummy with the rose-colored hair that they hung from the clock tower? Well, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those crazies. I just made it on commission is all. Ugh, when the sun goes down, this place fills up with them heretics. You know 'em, creepy lot, dressed in white. They call themselves the Children of Etro. One of them put in an order for a wig and I made it, that's all. Don't worry, I ain't gonna run anywhere. I'm gonna turn myself in, and soon. Maybe them heretics don't like me knowing what I know. Maybe they want to clean up loose ends. I'm safer with the Order.
With a special ability called chronostasis, it has limits, but you can slow time. It's just one of the miracles brought about by God's great might. But be warned, you cannot use it again and again. Only use it when it will count the most.
Who else could it... So, there's this place called the Forsaken. What I've heard is that a bunch of people wearing white, they're heretics, who worship the goddess. You know what I saw? It scared me to death. Maybe it was just the dummy that they... I wish I could help.
I always said those people would cause trouble, and I was right. Every night I can see them, those weirdos in their white cloaks sneaking around the streets. Whenever I see white, I think, ugh, heretic. If there's one thing I know, that wicked shadow hunter, he's the ringleader of the heretics. Those fanatics are growing bold. Nowadays, there's always a gang of them in the plaza in front of the station. It's as if they are meeting to go someplace else. Speaking of which, it's usually around this time they start to show up.
Alright, so after talking to everyone inside the station, go ahead and head back to the original person that gave you the first sub-quest, which is at the top of this ladder.
The Order is in charge of the investigation.
The Children of Etro gather each... I suppose if I really...
Oh no, that's not the person, my bad. Okay, the Inquisitor, that's who we need to talk to.
We need to solve this case quickly. Luxarian is the city of divine light, yet it has seen the murder of 3 girls in 3 days. The people seem to be growing fearful. If you find out anything at all, I'd be anxious to hear it. There are similarities among the victims. They have all been young women, and all of them had rose-colored hair. Yes, just the same shade as yours. You may also become a target of the killers. I urge you to be careful. If you know anything about the case, I'd be glad to hear it.
The goddess's disciples are beginning to gather. If you lift the blockades around this area, there's a good chance they'll start to move out.
You're suggesting I let them go? That's not a bad idea. Yes, I'll give the order and we'll see where the heretics lead us. We've managed to find some eyewitnesses, and we think we know who it was that strung the dummy from the tower.
Let me guess. The Children of Etro, right?
Ah, you have your own sources, I see. In recent weeks, the heretics have become more visible on the streets of our holy city. The poor, benighted fools don't believe in God's salvation. Clearly, their despair has led them to carry out these wanton acts. If only they would open their eyes, embrace God, and they could bathe in the pure light of His almighty grace. Can't they see that their souls would be liberated in the new world? The irony of it all is that their fanatical rejection of the Savior has only made my own faith that much stronger. Although, perhaps that is the work of the Savior herself.
If you think your faith will save you, then go ahead. Believe all you want.
Alright, so that'll complete the first side quest. Savior's reward will be 800 gil and Scholar's Glasses ×1. Your maximum HP will increase by 80, Strength by 6, and Magic by 6.
business in a calm and orderly manner. Safety officers have been posted to assist. Please obey all safety officer instructions.
Alright, so then go ahead and turn around and look directly behind you to find a girl with some feathers. Talk to her.
Chocopocolina! Hi! I sense you want to talk about something. Ask away! Is it about this message board? Or something more important, like my beauty regimen?
I want to talk to you. I think that you have it backwards.
Oh, don't be such a silly Sahagin. Everyone wants to talk to me, especially since I've been put in charge of this.
The message board?
It's not just an ordinary message board. It's called the Canvas of Prayers, and it's magical. An ancient spell has been cast on it, and now it can show people's hopes and dreams. For example, you know how people wish on stars, or by throwing coins into a fountain? I know you've done it too, even though you'd never admit it. This board collects prayers from all over the world, from all sorts of people, and makes them appear as words.
You mean anyone can come here and read them?
Just you. It's written in a mythical language. To anyone other than yourself, it looks like a jumble of nonsense.
You'll get a short primer on the Canvas of Prayers, which are pretty much like side quests that give great rewards.
Now don't just take my word for it. Why don't you take a look? See if you can't read everyone's humble little wishes.
Here you'll get the chance to take on 3 Canvas of Prayer side missions. Now before we get into that, let's go ahead and take care of the main story quests. Over by the hotel, you'll see a man in the corner with a backpack, adventuring essentials. Go ahead and talk to him.
You've heard of me. What do you want?
Here you can buy monster notes. Alright, so go ahead and check with the hotel guy.
And pray. Require a room?
Go ahead and wait until 0000.
You need to follow the heretics. Be discreet and don't let them spot. The heretics are on the move. You need to follow them discreetly and figure out where they're headed. Light, careful! They see you. Make sure you stay hidden in the shadows.
Salvation. It is now midnight. Please pray. Let us thank God, who in his wisdom will build us a new world.
Light, careful! They see you. Make sure you stay hidden in the shadows.
Monsters!
Fate is what it is. The end is close. Get back to where you belong.
They're not fools. They'll be able to make out anyone who tries to pursue them. Be careful, Light.
Alright, so you're gonna need to stay behind cover, or else you're gonna have to fight these guys. So stay behind cover.
The heretics are on the move. You need to follow them discreetly and figure out where they're headed. The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter? I sure don't like the sound of that. When they say savior, do you think...
It's me, all right. It has to be. But who's the Shadow Hunter?
I don't know. Right now, no one else does either. The information's incomplete at best. But the Order thinks he could be the leader of the heretics.
So if the Shadow Hunter leads the cult, does that mean he's also behind the murders?
Alright, once they move on, you need to tail them.
Light, I'm detecting monsters. Move carefully through this area. Stay out of sight and see what they're up to. Do you see anything you can hide behind?
Then hide behind the boxes for a scene.
Show that you are one of us. In the forest of darkness, chaos holds sway. To the goddess of death, these numbers I say, 7891. The rites are beginning. Make haste.
See that? I think I just found my invitation to the party.
Yeah, so when the phone rings, you have to give them a 4-digit code. Simple, if you have the numbers.
Right. Simple. So any bright ideas about how to do that? I mean, considering you're doling out advice.
Head back to town and see what you can uncover. The heretical cult, the so-called Children of Etro, are behind the murders. They become increasingly visible in the city. Judging by the tone of their message, they view the Savior as their enemy. What I don't understand is why they would target you. You're here to save souls and guide them to a new world. Why wouldn't they want that?
It's not that clear-cut. To some, God's savior looks as much a murderer as these maniacs do. I'm not surprised they're afraid.
Don't worry. Even if the world hates you, I'll always be by your side, Light. What do you want to do? Will you go looking for that code?
The children of Etro are gathering now. They'll be out of my reach until they're done with their business.
It seems like a waste to just wait here until then. Why not get out of the city for a while?
I might as well. There's not much time left. I won't waste it.
Yes, your time is the most precious thing you have now. How you use these few days may decide the very fate of the world. It looks like the monorail is up and running. If you hop aboard, you can quickly get anywhere in this world. And there's another station on the south side of Luxarian.
Alright. So, that's going to take care of this episode of Lightning Returns. And on the next episode, we're going to go hunting for some treasure balls, and as well as completing a couple side quests. So, congratulations on completing the first part of the main story quest. And I'll see you guys on the next episode, where we collect some treasure balls and take care of some subquests. See you guys next time on the next episode of Lightning Returns.